Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May 2025 Tarot and Oracle card reading. Oh, that was fun. That card really jumped up. It was like it was doing some kind of acrobatic move. All right, we're going to start with an Oracle. I can't wait to do this reading. I have to tell you that. I haven't seen this card in a while. New Moon in Leo shine. So the symbol of sunflowers in the tarot is synergy, attracting a match. It's people who get you. It's being in flow. So it's a wonderful symbol. And what I was going to tell you, part of why I'm so happy to do the reading, I've had just an absolutely overwhelming feeling of gratitude these last couple of weeks. Nothing momentous has happened. It's just more the collective of life. And I hope I share that energy with you today. Especially if you're going through a tough time, knowing that we can kind of, especially like the sunflowers tell us, we can utilize each other's energy to uplift one another. All right, detailed Celtic cross style reading. Current situation, you've got the Knight of Cups, a proposal coming, an offer. The immediate influence is the King of Pentacles. Ooh, got the Seven of Swords in your subconscious. We're going to have to talk about that. The 10 of Swords and 8 of Swords in the past, thank God. Let's keep this over here. So 7, 8, and 10 of Swords over there. 6 of Cups is coming towards you, one of the fairy tale cards. Well, I feel like if somebody did you wrong, you're coming out on top. You're going to have choices that move you away from it. Your attracting person or situation is the 4 of Swords. You've got the 2 of Cups and your hopes and fears. Strengthen the outcome. Again, I can't say it enough. If you had a problem, you're coming out on top. You have the other fairy tale card of the deck here with the, I like these together a whole lot. But I always say the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Cups, the fairy tale cards of the deck right here. Now, I have to show you one more thing. I like how this looks a whole lot. But you know what else I like? You have all 4 cards that have the infinity symbol. Okay? And look at the size of that 2 of Pentacles. I mean, holy smokes. In the tarot, size matters, all right? We've got this oversized infinity symbol. Sometimes people are going to wear those red guys. Those are also the infinity symbol. You have infinite possibilities. So if something dumped you, all right? I'm not sure I like that phrase. But if something really knocked you flat on your back, you are coming back better than ever. You are going to have opportunities and doors open for you that you didn't know were available to you. So talk about coming out on top. This is fabulous energy. I feel like you're not going to look back either. So with this, you've got this gorgeous energy over here too, with the 4 of Wands, the 1111 card, and the Magician. Holy cats. The synchronicities that you're going to have. If you have a fleeting thought about somebody, you're going to run into them. I see somebody running into somebody like at a park. It's like a weird location, somewhere you might not ever go. The first time you go and boom, there they are. And you think, I just thought about them yesterday and I haven't seen them in years. That's wild. Well, your energy, okay? You are at a point where you're commanding your own energy. So be very aware of that because that's your point of attraction. So be in that feeling where you feel like anything's possible. Me in that feeling, I've had times where I've had, a wonderful vacation somewhere and it was blessed and it was blissful. And I came back and my point of attraction was amazing. But because we're aware people, we're aware of it, we're going to notice that more and you're going to be able to ride that wave. So I feel like if it's a job and you haven't heard anything, I feel like somebody here, you may get an answer. And it may seem like it's quite a ways after the fact. If you send a resume 6 months ago where you're hearing about it now, like radio silence, and all of a sudden here they come. Or even if you were out in the, dating world, I feel like you have somebody here, if you haven't had a crumb thrown your way, where you'd say, I wouldn't mind breadcrumbs, that's at least something. I feel like you're going to have somebody who comes in and they're not going to breadcrumb, okay? It's whole enchilada time with this one. But I do feel like it's like if you've had a dry spell in some area of your life that you really want to see move forward, boom, here it is. Okay, things are going to be happening for you. Meditate, quiet the mind, be easy about things. Know that if the dry spell happens, the drought happens, it doesn't last forever. Okay, you're right on the precipice of opening those floodgates. So I feel like this, especially for somebody who's really been like, God, I've been waiting and waiting. It's been ridiculous. The wait is finally over, and it's happening, and it may feel like it happens all at once. So you have a marriage here too, by the way, with that Four of Wands, a wedding, but also too with the energy of the world, it's also getting out and seeing the world. So for some, you may have a job that involves travel, or if you've been trying to put something together and it's like, because I feel like your plans over here have not moved forward. Like this is such a gridlock. And it's like it's showing things are finally going forward. And especially too with the Magician, if it's something to do with money, where you've been trying to get something up and running, whether it's sort of a side venture or it's your main job, I feel like you finally have the answers coming in. And there's no question about it, where it's like, this is really, if we're going to feel empowered, you're going to feel confident, and you're going to be at ease, because this is where it really goes. There's no question. It doesn't feel unstable at all. Now with this, here comes the offer, and it's being guided with angels' wings. I almost wish we would have had like Temperance or Judgment with the big oversized wings, but these little guys work too. So I do feel like with this, you're going to get an explanation. If it's been something you've been trying to get going for a long time, and again, especially if you didn't hear anything and all of a sudden here they come, I feel like you're going to get a good explanation, and it will just kind of set your mind at ease, where you're not going to wonder why were they behaving like this, or why didn't I hear anything, or why didn't I get that job. It's like, as we know, God has perfect timing, or the universe has perfect timing. I always say too, nothing is wasted in God's economy. So when difficult things happen, and boy, I've had some blingers in my life where it's like, didn't see that coming, and I don't know what I did to deserve that. But I do feel like you're going to say this is where it all works out. Now, the King of Pentacles is the Midas touch. So I also feel like there's something about the timing that feels quite important, where if it would have happened too soon, it wouldn't have lasted. It wouldn't have been a good situation. It's like giving the keys to a car to an 8-year-old. They're not ready to drive half the time, at least in the United States. I think a 16-year-old is probably not ready either, but we do it with them anyway. But it's like that. It's kind of like when things are on at the right time, they can work well. But when it's too early, or even a business that expands. Okay, I saw it in my own area where my favorite donut shop tried to put in 2 more locations in the beginning of 2020, and now none of the locations are there. They all went under. Everything went under. It was too much too soon with an unpredictable economy. So I feel like you're going to say this is right as rain. Well, let's get this out of the subconscious, shall we? What can we do here, Scorpio? Because you don't want this hanging around. Because what it will do is you'll have to stay vigilant, because you're going to keep catching people's mistakes. You might even catch somebody trying to pull some crap. But I feel like with this, we just don't want this here, because it doesn't mean that they're going to get one over on you, but it means you'll have to stay vigilant, and that's pressure. We don't need that. So, do what you need to do to impress upon your subconscious that you're attracting people who are competent, who are excellent at what they do, who are upfront, they're honest, they're together, they're transparent, okay, that they're very much what you see is what you get, and there's nothing hidden. So just be working on that. If you start to see that showing up, dishonesty, a pattern of dishonesty, or like I said, incompetence in your life, then you won't have to, be constantly correcting it. So in the past, you had some kind of an ending. Now, if it was a job that ended, or it was a relationship that ended, I feel like you're going to move on to better things. This 10 of Swords is like stick a fork in it. It's done. It's too much. And especially with the 8 of Swords, I feel like it may have kept you bound up for a while, or it may have been a very stubborn person where this person would not see their part in anything. They would not own their part in anything. It was like, you need to apologize and you're going to own everything, Scorpio. And you said, no, I will not. I'm not interested in that. And I'll tell you what, you're going to have so many more opportunities that you don't really need this. And so with the 8 of Swords, it can be also too a feeling of guilt or being over a barrel with something. If it was a job and you said, well, yeah, I couldn't really tell them take the job and shove it. I needed the income. So I did play the game by their rules, even though I knew it was incorrect, or I knew there the right way to do things. I feel like you were and again, this is in the past, backed into a corner with something, and that happens in life. But ultimately, the eights are vibration and frequency. And so with this, the good news is this is a frequency that's not really moving. So keep reaching for better feeling thoughts, and you'll get away from this. It will no longer be around you because it's not a match to your energy. So with the Six of Cups, here we go, finally coming out of that mess. With the Six of Cups coming towards you, you're going to have people coming in who will bend over backwards for you. They want to see you win. You have abundance coming in. If you start something and you need clients, customers, patients, you're going to have referrals out the wazoo. You're going to have people talking about you in positive ways. You're going to have people trying to support you. In terms of love, though, it feels like somebody who you've met before. I feel like you have a soulmate coming in together, and this one wants to be a team. This is somebody who wants to build you up. They're not threatened by you. They don't want to keep you small. They don't try to debunk your dreams, your aspirations. They don't try to talk you out of things, okay? And they let you be you. And so with the Six of Cups, know that this is a return to love, a return to trust. So what had you so bound up feels like it legitimately was for a reason. But with this, you can let go of all that. There's not the need to protect yourself. This is being open and free and easy. You also, too, may be on the receiving end of a little gift, too, where somebody gives you some kind of a token of their appreciation for a job well done. And if it's a relationship, too, they may surprise you with a little gift, something you're not anticipating. So with the Two of Pentacles here, this is you. I feel like you're going to be kind of easy and fun, and it's infinite opportunities like we talked about. You have many blessings coming in, and the ball's in your court. You're going to be empowered here. Now, it is a little bit of a busy energy, so if you are starting something new, it might take you a minute to adjust, even if it's something like you're adding a group fitness class or something to your routine, and you go, I just absolutely love it, but I feel so busy adding this in. But it's worth it. It's all worth it. The things that you have going are all worth it. So none of them are a waste of time. You're going to say, I'm going to make this work, even though it has me a little busier than I'd like. It's all, in the end, things I want to do and that I see building up and enriching my life. So with this Four of Swords energy, I feel like you had something that went radio silence. Now, there may be more to the story, too, like we were talking about, where they will explain themselves. But this is the person or situation that you're attracting. The good news is they're opening up their mind. They're opening up their heart. If they went away for a while, there may be, like I said, some good reason, and they come back and they got a little bit of explaining to do. But I do feel like it's going to make sense. So this Two of Cups shows up, and it says you're bringing in a match. Twos are partnerships. These are probably two of my favorite twos together. I like these a lot better than the Two of Swords, I can tell you that. But it feels easy, it feels fun, uplifting, and it just feels like you're on the right path. So with strength here in the outcome, this is a part of success. Okay, this is you being in charge of your life in terms of relationships. It's depth, it's compassion. Another 8 here too, by the way. And with this kind of an 8, this is high vibrational stuff. It's you being in sync with the people around you in a love relationship, somebody who would really go that extra mile for you. And even with work too, anything you do where they want to help you, you have it big time over here where they'll bend over backwards. I can't say that enough. And you've got a yes. I haven't really seen these so far, these yes cards. So good things are coming for you, Scorpio. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.